G'day guys and girls, welcome back to our little channel, Goodies Beer Reviews. Look what I've got today. Remember the other day I was talking about, what was I doing the other day? Isn't it bad when you can't remember? I was talking about, I think, Millers and Chills, and I had a fruity beer, and someone's upset. A fruity beer, and all these fruity beers that are popping out. When I bought this fruity beer today, I went to the freezer and I looked, and I saw this in front of me. I saw this, Miller. Someone's not a fan of the fruity beers. Slow, at the top it says slow brewed and lower carb. Well, slower brewing's good. Lower carb, yeah, carbs can cost flavour sometimes. Let's not joke ourselves in the world of beer. Miller Chill, but look at the can. This is what got me. I just picked it up like this, and I went, it's a 330ml can. Carlton do it, I think, at a 350, do they? It's just these bullshit little cans. But, hang on a tick. It comes with real passion fruit, 3.5% ABV, so it's weak as... It's a simple can. Why do they pump this shit out sometimes, I think, unless it's good? It's not even a standard drink. You're 0.09. You're not even a standard drink. But let's get you even less than a standard drink. We'll make you short. So not only are you really ugly, generally, or boring, you're short. You just have a little bit of passion fruit to hopefully push us through. Is anyone else like a beer drinker or a craft beer drinker that just goes, this is fucking bullshit? Look, I don't really care that much. At the end of the day, I'm just going to go back and have a Bolter or whatever. But Miller Chill Lager, real passion fruit. Come on. Weak crack on the can. Not much excitement from me. Bit of smoke though. Always getting a bit of smoke around here. Oh, dribble. Is this going to be a seltzer? Is it going to be a beer? Or is it going to be a chucker? Because I'm just feeling this at the size and the ABV. 330ml beer at 0.09. Standard drinks. Yeah. Hang on, guys. I'm getting my nails done. I'll have a few Miller Chills, like a 10. Well, don't take my advice. We're just joking about this. It's actually a nice looking beer. And I probably need to get mine. I've never had a pedicure. Is that your feet? Pedicure? Yeah. Or is that your hands? No, your hands is just getting your nails done, isn't it? I was going to say a handy cure. Fucking hell. I just pay for it here and there. That's all I do to keep in the good books. Looks good. It's ice creamy. It's sudsy. It's very carbonated. It's very clear too. Very clear beer with real passion fruit. So where's the seeds and the big... Anyways... It's like passion fruit ice cream, and you get it, you don't get seeds. It ain't passion fruit ice cream, bro. You know what I'm saying? Flavour-wise. Strawberry, you have like this process. Then you get real chunks of strawberry, and you're like, oh. Like that Vince McMahon meme. Oh. It smells sweet, it smells minerally, it smells clear, it smells like passion fruit. Or orange, I get orange and passion fruit. And then you've got this real skunky, rusty fucking... Oh. Very like... I don't want to say a plastic kite because I said that before, but it's just bringing up real metal tetanus. Like, when you eat a scab by accident, but everyone's done it. That taste, that... Ugh. Anyways, what day is it? Fucking Wednesday. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Look, I did come into this with a negative thought. It's just the way it presents itself. Oh, Miller. Whack it in a big can, would you? Fuck's sakes. Or maybe don't, if it's shit. Maybe they put in these cans because, like, let's release some shit, piss people off. I'll tell you this, I'd take this over the Miller Chill Lime. I don't know if they do that in the bullshit small can, but they do it in the bullshit small bottle. I mean, it's the same sort of size of drinks, isn't it? If it was in a bigger can and it had some actual big, a good ABV and a good mouthfeel, that'd be a nice beer. It'd be honest, it's not a chucker. I'm not going to chuck it. Everyone's waiting for the chuck. I'll actually say the mouthfeel's okay. The mouthfeel's okay and it's pleasant. But I'd probably leave it at that. Yeah, pleasant tasting passion fruit. Medium mouthfeel, which is surprising for the low ABV. 0.9 of a drink. I thought that said 18 cents a can back. But you've got to be 18 plus to handle this bad boy. Don't get into your vodka blacks or your Smirnoff, what are they, fucking blacks. And I remember when I was younger too, I remember Strongbow released, they released Strongbow Whites. Remember when Strongbow Sweet, Dry and Draft came out? Everyone, that was the first pretty much big, I think, apple ciders that sort of come on the market. Alternative to beer drinkers, you know, or spirits drinkers, like have an apple cider. And once you're young and you've had half a charge, you don't really care what you're drinking, do you? You don't. But I mean, yeah, they were just clean and crisp and broke things up. I was always a Strongbow Dry guy. But then I tried the sweets, and when I was young, I really couldn't figure out the taste anyway. But that led me to my story of Strongbow Whites. Yeah, they were about 6 or 7%, or maybe more. 330ml bottle from memory. And I think I used to pick 6 packs of them up for like $8.99. $10. You'd go out and have a few, and you'd juggle up whether to go out and have a few or take a couple home, because it was similar. Whereas these days you go to a pub, because of all the taxes and all the bullshit, you got to pay like $10, $12 a beer. Or you go to a 6-pack and pay $20 and go home. That's why I just don't go out. And not that you got to go out and drink, you don't. You can go out home, but it's just so expensive to sit down and have a beer these days. And it was the Aussie thing, sitting in a pub having a beer. Not a bar, but a pub. Well, what do you do in France? I got one French brewer. But, yeah, do they have bars over there, or cocktail bars, speakeasies, wine bars, or do you have clubs and pubs like here in Australia? Clubs and pubs are different here in Australia compared to the city, like Sydney. Sydney's got your pubs. It's funny, you know, I watched and I won't hold this up. I'll go after this, but I watched a YouTuber last night, and he was talking about the top 5 things I love in Australia. And I watched it, and I was like, yeah. And then he went on about the public transport. You just can tap on and tap off with any card, anywhere. Yeah. And then how clean it was. And I went, yeah, how to recycle. Everyone's so passionate about recycling, and it's like, yeah. And I thought the things that it's sort of like you don't give a shit about, like, actually mean something. And it was like, that's how people view the country that you get used to. The people are so friendly, you can pretty much go up to anyone, generally who's in the CBD, and ask for directions, and most people would help you, or ask you where you're from, or just, you know, every place has got their dickheads. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. But it was nice to hear positivity about Sydney. Not being a negative Nancy, just, yeah. And the ease of transportation, Ubers, no tips. He went on about no tips, like you don't tip people. And people over in America and other countries would be shocked at you, because sometimes their wages are tips, but here it's not. Here you're on a wage generally. Tips, there's tip jars and you can tip, but it's not expected. Australia's very... And another thing he said, they were always on time. They strive themselves on punctuality. And then I thought to myself, how often do you whinge about something being late and it shits you? That's if you're on time. He didn't add that. I can whinge because that's my right. Whinge. I think that's what he was getting at. But anyway, I thought it was funny. I can't remember his name. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, it was quite good to hear the positives and, we forget about how many people actually travel here and we just walk by and just... Whereas when we're in their countries, we will ask them questions, we will stop and ask locals, we will say... And we don't expect to be spoken to badly, so never ever speak to a tourist badly is my advice. And I think it's probably good advice. Love each other, take care of each other. I'll see you at the next one. I don't know what it'll be. I've got Sydney, I think, coming up, Friday or Thursday. I've got to check, because if it's tonight, I've got to pack. I travel very light. I'm a backpack guy. And I've got to put a nice pair of slacks on, a nice pair of, my Esche shoes, and I don't know what we're doing. Tomorrow night. Oh, shit. Is it tomorrow night? I was going to go up Centrepoint to the bar. Fuck. I got to get a loan. I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.